All right, welcome back. President Trump intending to cut aid to Central American countries amid even more caravan chaos at the border.
Now he's pushing Mexico to help fix the immigration crisis immediately or close the southern border. But will anything change? Here to discuss is Jessica Vaughan from the Center for Immigration Studies. Thank you for joining us this morning, Jessica. I want to start with this. I'm curious what you'd say about this. Some people argue that by cutting aid to these countries, that's in turn going to make the problem there worse. And then essentially, in theory, we could have a bigger problem at our border. What do you say to that?
No, I don't think that's accurate. Our foreign aid is not going to change these countries and suddenly make them a better place. The reason people are coming to our country now is because they can get away with it. And they know that the policies at the border enable them to come here, especially if they come with a child. They're going to be released into the country and be allowed to live here indefinitely, just by saying that they fear return. That's why they're coming. We need more cooperation from these countries, so especially so that we can return them quickly, because the only thing that's going to stop this is if they see that they're not getting away with it. So there are a number of different things that we need to be doing, but leaning on these countries to do a better job in cooperating with the return of people, getting them back in an efficient and accelerated way is what's going to turn this around, along with a few other measures as well.
Yeah.
Of course, Mexico is really the key country that we need to lean on.
Well, that's what I was just going to ask you. I mean, if you look at the return on investment for sending the money to the Central American countries, obviously it doesn't look like it's working very well. But you look at Mexico, and even what Lindsey Graham that we just played in the last block, he says they're inviting them right through, and they're even giving them buses and taking them right to the U.S. border. I mean, they can stop all of this. Their southern border can be secured. It's much smaller. It's much easier to do the work there. What's your position there? Should we lean on Mexico a little tougher than these three Central American nations?
Absolutely. We should be leaning on them to work together to stop this, because this is brazen criminal smuggling that is going on right now. And if Mexico enforced its own immigration laws, it would be stopped. This whole flow is based on so-called asylum claims. Mexico has stepped up and offered people asylum, almost like calling their bluff, and people are not taking it. They're saying, no, we want to go to the United States. So I think that there are a number of ways that we can work with Mexico to put a stop to this. But Mexico has no interest in doing this unless it becomes their problem too. And so that's why we have to do things like work with them to intercept people, tell asylum seekers that they have to wait in Mexico if they're going to make a claim in the United States. And our government has to say, look, if you come through Mexico, your asylum claim probably isn't valid, so we're going to treat you like any other illegal migrant and return you quickly. And that's where the cooperation of the Central American countries comes into play, because we need them to take their citizens back. I mean, yes, is there a cost in commerce and other ways? Of course there is, but there's a huge cost of illegal immigration that American taxpayers are having to bear, because this problem has been going on for several years now, and until we spend some resources to send people back, it's not going to stop.
Real quick, Jessica, before we let you go, let's take a look at some numbers here. 218,767 total asylum applications. That's in the fiscal year of 2018.
Wow.
A large number there. Why do you think it's so important for everyone to be processed?
Well, because what we know from experience is that if we let people in to make an asylum claim, it turns out that more than half of them don't even fill out the asylum application, and they don't show up for their immigration court hearing. And that's why we need to start enforcing our laws as well and start returning these people back to their home countries so that they see that they are not simply going to be allowed to live here. And that's what's really going to stop people from wanting to make this dangerous journey. If others are not proceeding, new people are not going to start it. And that's why we need the cooperation of the Central American countries as well, to return these people back to their home country. And then we can start talking about other ways to...
It clearly does look like it's a loophole in our system when you use the asylum status, and the numbers seem to show that. Democrats, though, still say that these are actual asylum seekers, that this is legitimate. So we'll see how this develops. Jessica, thank you so much. We appreciate it.